The LCC Library is many things. It's a place to think and learn, to explore, and to enjoy. A place for both relaxation and stimulation. Almost all LCC students use the library for one reason or another. You might think of the library as a kind of bank whose main asset is information. And just as a bank stores its information in different ways, so does the library, in books, pamphlets, magazines, and audiovisual materials. This slide tour will help you find out what resources and services are available in the library so that you can take advantage of all it has to offer.
You know, last quarter I had 3 term papers to do, which I sort of left to the last minute. If I hadn't known my way around the library, I never would have got them done on time.
I used to think the library was all books, but it's really a lot more. Knowing what's there can make your work easier and a lot more interesting. It's important if you're going to make it as a student.
I'd like to know more about the library, but I'm not sure where to start.
You just took a step in the right direction by asking a question. If you have a question or a problem of any sort, the library reference desk probably has the answer. The reference librarian can help you get going on your project by pointing you in the direction of the resources that you'll need. The card catalog is your key to information on all the books on the shelves, as well as many periodicals and audiovisual materials. You'll find author and title cards filed on one side of the card catalog and subject cards on the other. Whether your subject is astronomy or welding, movie making or computers, you'll find it listed on the subject side. These cards are filed alphabetically by subject, with the subject heading printed on the top line. If you can't find items in the catalog for your subject, the reference librarian can probably suggest alternate subject headings to look under. Besides subject cards, most of the books in the library have author and title cards as well. Except for the top line, the information on all 3 types of cards is the same. Here's an author card for the book we just located in the subject file. Notice that the top line lists the author's name, last name first. Below the author's name, you'll find the title of the book, the author's name repeated, place of publication, publisher, copyright date, paging, size, and how the book is listed in the subject file. Title cards are filed alphabetically by the first major word in the title, with the title printed on the top line. Ignore the articles a, an, and the when searching for a book by its title. Call numbers are printed in the left-hand corner of all cards. The LCC Library arranges books on its shelves according to Library of Congress call numbers, which begin with letters. You'll have an easier time finding your book if you remember to copy down the complete call number. Just look for the call number you need on the spine of the book as you search the shelves. Several other types of cards can be found in the card catalog. Biography reference cards have the call letters BIOG printed above the call number. Cards which have REF above the call number refer to reference books which are not biography, atlases, or indexes. There are many ways to tell a story, and in the library, stories come in book or non-book form. Catalog cards with a blue band across the top or with the word audio-visual printed above the call number refer to non-book items. Finding the information you need might require a bit of detective work. By formulating a well-thought-out search strategy, you'll be sure to cover all major information sources. If you're just beginning a project, some basic sources to begin with might include the card catalog, encyclopedias, pamphlet file, periodical indexes, and the audio-visual collection. Encyclopedias are useful for getting an overview or summary of a subject. Besides encyclopedias on general topics, there are also specialized encyclopedias with information on specific topics. Booklets and brochures on a number of different topics can be found in the pamphlet file. These can be checked out for 1 week. Just as the card catalog refers you to books, so do magazine indexes refer you to magazine articles. These can be found on the Magazine Sources table. In the Reader's Guide to Periodical Literature, for example, thousands of magazine articles are listed by subject heading. Additional information includes the title of the article, the author, the name of the magazine in which it was published, the volume, page numbers, and date. Other magazine indexes have been created for specific subject areas. Listings in these have the same format as those in the Reader's Guide. The Newspaper Sources table has indexes to newspaper articles. Among our many indexes, we have almost an entire set for the New York Times dating from 1852, and indexes for the Eugene Register Guard, a good source of information on local subjects. And whether you're looking for information,
the purpose of this tape is to describe the keyword method, which is known to be one of the most effective methods for memorizing new words there is,
or inspiration. Don't forget the audio-visual collection. We have a selection of audio tapes, videotapes, and film strips, plus the equipment to play them on. No two libraries are arranged in exactly the same way, and it might take a while for you to learn your way around. A good thing to remember is that reference books are located on the main floor, and non-reference books are located on the mezzanine floor. The floor plans on each of these floors can help. If you're still lost, just ask a staff person. Now we'd like to tell you about some other library resources that can help you in your information search. Some of us get confused by numbers, but numbers can provide us with important information about who we are, what we do, and what we think. For statistical information on birth, death, and everything in between, consult our many almanacs and statistical reference books. A librarian can recommend the best source for your needs. The state laws of Oregon are contained in the Oregon Revised Statutes. You'll find a number of Oregon documents in the same stack. Find out what America's most influential papers have to say about current issues by looking in editorials on file on the Newspaper Sources table. Its copies of editorials from numerous United States newspapers are a good source of information on controversial subjects. Editorials Research Reports is another good source of information on current events. For information on the men and women who've shaped our world, go to the Biography Sources shelves. You'll find all kinds of people brought to life, pirates, poets, the famous and the infamous, in our many biographical reference books. The Master Index to Biographical Information, located nearby, can direct you to those volumes containing information about specific individuals. The library also has college catalogs, atlases, flat maps, geological maps, musical scores, telephone directories. We have typewriters you can use, copy machines.
Slow down a little. I can't get this all down.
Relax. It'll take a while for all this to sink in. The more you use the library, the more you'll learn about its resources and the more productive your time there will be. To really learn the library from A to Z, consider taking a class we offer once a quarter called Use of the Library. By now you know that the name of the game in the library is information. And when it comes to information, knowing how to access it is really what counts. We'd like to finish up by telling you about some special library services that make information access a whole lot easier. The circulation desk is one of the key areas in the library for accessing information. This is where past issues of magazines and some newspapers are kept, along with current issues of very popular magazines, such as Time, Newsweek, and Psychology Today. Suppose you've located a magazine article that you want, listed in one of the magazine indexes. To access it, first make sure that the library subscribes to that publication by seeing if it's listed in our magazine holdings booklet. If it's a very recent issue, check in the reading area to see if it's on display. Newspapers less than 2 months old are also kept in this area in a case with slots numbered for the days of the month on which they were published. For older issues, fill in a request slip with the name of the magazine, its date, and the pages the article is on. Then present this at the circulation desk. A staff person will either give you a paper copy of the publication or a microfilm or microfiche copy. Microfilm copies must be read on this machine. Microfiche on this machine. You can make paper copies from the film on the machine by using the coin drop. The circulation desk is also the place where you get a library card and where you check out books. To get a library card, students must present their student registration card. Non-students, 2 pieces of ID. When checking out material, a special code found on your library card is entered into a computer, along with a special code for the books or materials. If you forget to check out, our electronic detector system will set off an alarm and lock the exit as you leave. Our friendly computer provides a vital link to the information banks of other libraries. A librarian can do a computer search for you to get a comprehensive listing of articles and books on a particular research topic. We also use the computer to catalog print and non-print media and to keep track of materials that are missing. If there's a particular resource that the LCC library does not have, you'll most likely be able to get it from another library through interlibrary loan, a service that can be requested at either the circulation or reference desks. The librarian might refer you to the U of O library. We think it's great how area libraries cooperate with us in bringing you prompt and complete information. One more service we'd like to mention is the Reserve Items Counter. This is where you request books and materials that instructors have put aside so that all their students will have an opportunity to use them. We hope you have a better idea by now of what the LCC Library can do for you. So to satisfy your curiosity or to further your education, be adventurous. Come in and check us out. We have what you want and things you didn't even know you wanted. We guarantee that you'll leave knowing something you didn't know when you came in.